You're tuning in to the Bueno Power Hour podcast.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Bueno Power Hour podcast. I am your host, Arthur Bueno, and I am doing another in-transit type episode. And yeah, and it's been kind of a mess over the last few weeks. Lots to talk about, I guess. And as I drive home from work, it's probably be the best time to sort of talk about it. So here we go. First of all, I am now living in the new space. I live in a new apartment with my girlfriend, and it is really, 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 really nice. At least for me. This is actually the first time I had been able to, create a foundation with somebody from the jump, aside from being with somebody that had already created, bought all this furniture and stuff and just moved in somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And me just kind of just going in and sort of figuring out how everything works. And, in that previous relationship, I did end up living in a condo that we couldn't afford. It was crazy. And, after leaving that relationship, it just, it was kind of clear as to how much stuff I owned. So now I've been able to see the things that we've bought and now say, hey, this is ours, not just mine, not just yours, it's ours. And so it's been pretty cool. Lots of things in that apartment that I didn't realize how much video games my girlfriend had. And so she brought this big stack, this big box of them. And it's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool. It just makes me feel this is totally the perfect relationship for me. And that's really the gist of it. We have an entertainment center. We had bought a couch together. We have a 2-bedroom where one we sleep and the other we do our media thing. I'm there more often than she is, obviously, because I do the vlogging. Well, not the vlogging, but the blogging and the podcasting and the One Power Fight Hour footage. So that is actually going to be coming up in the next few weeks. I got better internet. So I don't have to upload these episodes at work and potentially have get caught doing it. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's really good. Possibility of doing streams, actually streaming content, you know what I mean? And, just lots of cool things about this whole moving into a new apartment thing with the girlfriend. Just a lot of it is just, it's set to our standards, not just mine, not just hers. It's a combination of both, and sort of a way to see how we operate. And that's another thing that I kind of realized too, is that we somehow found a way to just work well together on a daily basis, making sure things are clean, wash pots and pans, cook together, and all this. And it was cool because she's the cook. I'm not. Now, I used to cook all the meals. She does. and she's actually teaching me how to make things taste good. Because most of the stuff that I made was just bland, and I was just so used to it. But now I don't really have to worry about. Really, I mean, I am kind of worried about the cooking thing because I still cook breakfast and stuff, but I don't have to take all the responsibility for it now. It's all different. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It's cool. And the scheduling too, because we both work at the same place. We go to the gym Monday through Thursday in the morning because we actually live behind a gym. And, um, you know, get home after the gym and, get ready for work, eat breakfast, go to work, and then I go to my other job right after the main job, 3 days out of the week. Usually I'm tired. It's all good. It's all good. All the scheduling, it falls in place, and that's what's really cool about it. It fucking falls in place, man. So we have such a great diet. We're not eating a bunch of shit all the time. I think that living with roommates, and again, it's like my roommates were awesome. They were good. I just didn't feel comfortable cooking there most days. I didn't feel comfortable using the bathroom all the time. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. You just gotta kind of respect that. You're living under somebody's roof, and then you're offered, the freedom to do certain things, but at the same time, it's like, not really, it's their space, you know what I'm saying? So, now I don't really feel like that anymore. I feel like I actually own something, or I'm renting something. I'm actually contributing to something, a space that I feel comfortable in for once. So, not to say, again, let's say that I wasn't comfortable in my other space, it's just that there was certain things about living with roommates that I didn't want to step over. I didn't want to step over certain boundaries. And I had to respect that, you know what I'm saying? So that is kind of what's been going on. I had officially moved in with my girlfriend in the beginning of July, and we have been doing our best, sort of fixing up the apartment, and just making sure that things are, in place where we like them to be and stuff, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I love it, man. I love it, and things should be actually, things should start rolling for me, especially now, since living in this new space. It's given me sort of some ideas on how I look at photographs now and how I play music. And that's one thing that I really like about this. I really like about this space is that it's a little bit more quieter. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more quieter, and there's just a lot of things about being in this apartment that gives me a little bit more headspace. And what I mean by that is that I have a lot of room for my brain to breathe. And, living in a basement, it's a place of solace, but it was also a place of depression, too. And I kind of noticed how depressed I was living inside of a basement with no windows. And it was insane how I survived that. I basically didn't have windows for almost 2 years. And it's now something that is allowing me to kind of let my brain breathe and actually consume light in the morning, It's just nice. It really is. It's just nice. And when it comes to photography, I'm looking at the apartment and kind of just figuring out new ideas, how I shoot things. And I'm kind of like understanding my feelings on that. You know, my feelings on photographs, how I sort of work the spaces and such, how I look at certain things a different way. Using the flash, I haven't used the flash in a while. In the last few weeks, I've sort of used it, sort of in my as an advantage to kind of make things sort of pop out a little bit more. And I forgot that like flash units have such a great there's like power to it. You know what I mean? There's power to these units that make make images look a little bit different. And I think that I need to start doing that some more. So I am probably gonna like redo my rig again. I'm probably gonna look at my flash units and just sort of just well, at least I have one. It's a young Nuo, and it's just huge. I'm actually looking for something that's a little smaller, and I found one. It's called the Flash Q, and the Flash Q is just this like small little flash unit. It's a pocket flash. It's it has a battery you can recharge, I guess, on the computer or whatever. Really cool unit. It's something that I definitely want to purchase later on. Other than that, the images that I'm taking as of late have really been interesting. It's been kind of interesting seeing how well these photographs are coming out. You know what I'm saying? And so lately, yeah, like photography has been pretty fun. It has actually been pretty fun. I don't really have any sort of strict rules other than how I've been photographing this 365 project. There was a point where I was thinking that I should do like these weekly themed images, and I had actually did a week of just me doing self-portraits of in the bathroom mirror, and it was kind of cool. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was a lot of fun kind of just trying that out. And I was like, maybe I should try this out. I should try, taking pictures of this, of myself in the mirror. And maybe I should try doing something thematic. But, obviously right after that, it sort of just fell apart again. So, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try to photograph more with the flash and sort of get a different perspective on, using these images or kind of just approaching the imagery in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I've been working on, is sort of looking at photography and kind of backtracking how I used to take images, It's fun, dude. I love this shit. I do. I really do. I really do love like photographing this way. It's a lot of fun. And aside from that, I mean, Jesus, there's just so many different things about photography that I've tried to retract and try to get back into, and just really see. I think I really gotta stop shooting film. That's really the fact of the matter. Like, I have to stop shooting film, and I gotta actually get back into scanning all this shit again. Stop shooting film completely. This should allow me to kind of, work exclusively in digital, and then like really focus on how I prep my images in the computer, and actually take the time to look at all the photographs I've taken through film. And I also need to like get them fucking things developed too. You know what I mean? Damn. So I gotta stop shooting this. I gotta like shoot the last few rolls of all the film that I have, and then go from there. You know what I mean? Now music has actually been a little bit different too, which is also exciting. I'm actually finding sort of these pockets of riffs that I've been discovering, and it really helps to play with a thumb pick. I swear to God. The thumb pick is such a great freaking tool, man. You know, it's so good. It's a lot of fun. It allows me some space with all the other fingers that I have to grab chords, to, pull the string, do any kind of like tremolo-like strokes, and switch from like Spanish to classical to math rock to jazz to punk. It's such an incredible kind of thing, And lately I've been riffing. I've been riffing it a lot, and it's been kind of nice being able to kind of pull these strings and sort of pull a variety of interesting things. And not only that, since I've been listening to a lot of Chan has been such a big influence into my playing. I've been wanting to not necessarily copy their style completely, but really utilize pull-offs and sort of arranging chords and the shapes and the voicings and such, and just being able to kind of pluck them and hammer on them and, like arrange certain notes that I never would have thought that would work well together. And so I'm actually using both skills of the tapping and the finger picking and the melodies. I'm trying to learn how to make melodies now, and that's what I'm rediscovering again, is making melodies. I don't need to do all this like solo shit anymore. I just gotta like really sit down and just play these lines. You know what I'm saying? So guitar has been enjoyable. I don't know if it's because it's the summer or it's because I live in a new space. But that's really what it is, man. Like, it's not as depressing. And now, like, I live with my girlfriend, so it's kind of cool. It really is cool. We work well together. Other than that, the last thing I can really say is that, video gaming, it's been a big thing for me. It's doing a lot of the Bueno Power Fight Hour stuff, and I noticed that, with the new, the recent controller setup that I have, instead of using the keypad WASD, I have that same format but using 24 millimeter size buttons, and it's cool, man. It's really fucking cool. A lot of it is I'm seeing a lot of it kind of work well into my video games actually are fun again, and I'm rediscovering a lot of these types of video games. I'm understanding most of these mechanics and stuff, and it's just really cool. Even today, I had actually brought one of my arcade sticks and to see if I can actually turn it into a WASD formatted type of stick. And unfortunately, it can't be done because the way how the PCBs are placed inside the enclosure of this particular arcade controller wouldn't allow such a thing to make it at that point feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to like forget that idea and just say, you know what, let's just do a stick. That's the reality of it. But I think that every fight stick that I have now is just going to turn into a WASD. That's just period. And it for good reason, because it's just a way how I play these games now. They're just different, and I just got to understand that I'm really good at playing with this format than playing with a joystick. This is facts. It really is just facts. Unfortunately, this is facts, and I have to respect it. I really do. I had to fucking respect that shit. So that is kind of what's been going on. Video gaming, doing a lot of footage recording of my fighting games that I've been doing for the Bueno Power Fight Hour, and hopefully I can actually get it set up to the point where I can do some streams. I can actually stream this content, and that I actually have fun with doing this stuff and actually engage with people online. This may require me to have like, a new microphone because I might have to do the streaming in the living room to do hardwire on my laptop, unfortunately. And yeah, just kind of just try that out. I might even do a stream where I just do the whole Power Quest ordeal in Twitch or on Twitch, and actually use my WASD formatted stick and even the Sega stick that I have. I'm actually going to try to find out whether my Sega stick, my Virtua stick, will actually be compatible with my PlayStation Classic, seeing how well that works out. But you just gotta kind of have fun with these like games. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta have fun like playing these types of games. Just sort of just change formats of stuff. This might actually be a benefit for me to do stick because I want to actually learn how to play with full circle command characters, and maybe this will be the time. Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know this is just another regular episode of me just rambling about my life, but this is my podcast, and this is what you'll be getting from time to time. I'm gonna try lining up some more interviews in the coming weeks. I don't know whether if I'm gonna have another upload coming next 2 weeks, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If you guys like this episode, go ahead and give it a like button. If you want episodes like this every 2 weeks, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you very much for tuning in to the Bueno Power Hour. See you guys later.